Yo, what up, Toshi here. So there's two things we must go over in today's video. The very first thing, so we have hit 30 million downloads worldwide on Wuthering Waves. Now that's pretty massive, right? 30 million is a huge number. I think the closest we have to this is like the Hoyoverse games. I don't think there's any other game from any other company that has hit 30 million downloads worldwide in such a short period of time. That's an amazing feat from kuro game. So kudos to them. They made an amazing game so far, right? It's been really enjoyable. Although there has been a ton of issues in the game, don't get me wrong, in terms of bugs. They've been trying their best, as far as I'm concerned, to fix those bugs. And hopefully, in due time, a lot of those, if not majority, all of those bugs are gone. And we'll have a much more enjoyable experience for this game, well, worldwide, right? But I do genuinely enjoy the game. I really do like the combat. I do like the exploration. The exploration still is a little slow for my liking, but I think it is better considering where we came from. Although the, unlimited stamina outside of combat is also pretty nice. I'm not going to lie. That is an amazing quality of life for just your everyday, running around and traverse stuff like that. Now, the biggest deterring factor for a lot of players as it stands right now is not even the gacha. Is really not even any of the gacha elements. Maybe this counts as gacha element, but the ecosystem is the biggest concern right now for a lot of players, and I do understand why. The ecosystem isn't very enjoyable as it is right now because there is a ton of RNG between not only getting the right main stat, and then also a bunch of RNG with the substats when you want to tune your echo. So let's take a look at a character I've been working on as of right now. Believe it or not, I haven't finished my Gion build. I do want to make a dedicated video for him tomorrow before his banner does dip, but I am still working on his echo set, and I do understand a lot of the discourse and where it's coming from when it comes to the echo set, because I have been farming religiously for this guy for a little minute. The main stat was very hard to obtain. I had to fight the boss over and over and over and over and over again until I got it to drop. Now, that's pretty typical in, I would say, most games with any type of grindy or free-to-play nature, in the sense of the fact that you can farm out Echo's gear pieces for your characters without having to spend money or break the bank, which is nice. So this is a very nice free-to-play friendly system for players that are not looking to or don't really have any money, right? So it's just nice for all players across the board. But there is a lot of RNG behind it, and you're going to fight the boss multiple times until it actually drops. This is where a lot of the discourse is coming from, is when you actually tune your echoes and then you're getting these stats, right? Defense percent, resonance skill. Like Gion has only like one skill usage every like 6, 7, 8 seconds, right? That's not good on the character. HP flat. I mean, dude scales off of attack. Let that speak for itself. Attack percentage is pretty good. Basic attack damage bonus is decent, but ideally you want crit damage, and if you can at least have one of those crit stats, I mean, the build will be a lot better. The problem is, though, is that you can't really get that unless you tune the echo, and you are limited in the amount of times you can tune because it does require a specific piece of equipment in order to, tune those echoes. So you're going to run out of the resources eventually, and that's one of the biggest things that a lot of players are currently annoyed about. Right now, I'm currently tuning this echo once I finish leveling it up, which the echo XP is another thing people complain about. I'm pretty much low in echo XP. This is a little bit I have right now, and I'm using this to finish Jion's build. That's it. I mean, now I have to find some way to grind out more XP from traversing or playing the game more, so on and so forth. So it is very grindy in that sense, and the resource draw is pretty harsh with the echoes. And again, I see this definitely as being the biggest issue with the game right now. And aside from that, the game is great. I mean, again, there hasn't really been very many issues. If we talk about the fact that we've hit 30 million downloads worldwide, that's a huge feat. And we definitely expected to receive something in the mailbox, but we logged into Wuthering today and received nothing, right? Any other game, typically aside from the Hoyoverse games, would have had something given to the players, maybe in the form of a limited temple, in the form of a standard temple. Think of games like Nikke God's Victory. If there's any type of milestone that Nikke hits, or any other game, right, hits that milestone, Blue Archive, right, for instance, also, they typically give their players a reward for helping them achieve that milestone because it is directly benefiting the company more so than it is benefiting the player base. Now, don't get me wrong, Wuthering Waves has given out a lot of rewards, but I've seen this be used as a sort of justification for why they've given out many rewards. The reason why is because this game has been in a very interesting state, especially towards launch. There was a lot of issues with the game. So Wuthering or Kuro game was giving out a ton of rewards because the game was in a very volatile spot. They wanted to keep players playing the game, so their goal was the retention of players with all the issues that was in the game at launch, and so therefore they were giving out more rewards because of that. Well, now that there is less issues, they see fit as not giving as many rewards as they were giving before. Now, with the upcoming patch, we went over the Ash Stripe and the tides that will be given to the player in 1.1, and they seem to be giving out a large amount of, well, pools worth of Ash Stripe, which is nice. They are giving out a bunch of Lustrous Tide on top of that, which doesn't even factor into the amount of Ash Stripe or the fact of Radiant Tides you'll be getting in 1.1. That's just additionally on top of what you're already receiving. So very nice. So when you've already received a 10 pool on the standard banner many times, you already received a 10 pool on the limited banner many times, you're going to expect to receive those things going forward whenever there is an issue. So the expectation is already there. One of the things that Hoyoverse does, I would say, well, is to not give players too high of expectations, because once you do, well, that's a nice view. Once you do give players too high of expectations, then you pretty much set the precedent going forward, and therefore players are going to constantly ask for a 10 pool every time something happens in the game, whether that's an issue, a milestone that you do hit, compensation, so on and so forth. But as it stands right now, I believe that this is great, no matter how we slice the cake. If they want to give us rewards, cool. I hope they do, but if they don't, it's not the end of the day. I still enjoy the game, so on and so forth. I do believe, though, that the ecosystem definitely needs a little bit of tweaking. I have been saying ecosystem a lot in this video, and the reason why is because there has been a little bit of news that is a little bit interesting for those of you that have been looking to get echoes and stay away from the lower rarity of echoes, so you're looking to just only get gold echoes, which is most players around UL 40. There should be something interesting to come out next patch that I won't really talk too much about because, again, I'm beating around the bush here. But if you pick up what I'm putting down, you know exactly what I'm referencing. And that system is definitely going to be receiving some improvements in the near future, and hopefully more improvements in the form of increasing the ways of getting those tuning chips, right? Maybe we can convert these lower rarity tuning chips to these higher rarity tuning chips. Or maybe we can reset an echo that rolled pretty badly. It would just take half of our tuning chips, which may end up being bad. We'll have to wait and see if that is something. There's always ways of making the system better. I'm just here giving out my 2 cents on them, and hopefully we end up reaching a middle ground where it's not too much, detriment on the company's, piggy bank, and hopefully the players are satisfied with whatever they choose to do in the future, right? I'm very happy about a piece like this, but I understand this is not the reality situation for every single piece you may end up getting in the echoes. But definitely let me know in the comment section down below what you see as being one of the worst things about Wuthering Waves right now. Again, 30 million is a huge number. That's a lot of players. I'm definitely happy to be a part of that 30 million. Thank you for watching, and have a nice rest of your day. Peace.